Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We continue with game number 2, FPX with the Kassadin World Elite, just tossing it in the bin. As per usual, I'm gonna put myself on the side of the team that I like more, which is FPX. FPX fighting! Let's jump into the draft. Orn blue side ban targeted at Doimbi, Kled to set up Aatrox, and then Renekton set and Aphelios red side ban. So we have Senna and Aphelios out. They deny the pick Aatrox with first pick Aatrox, which is weird. I guess they just don't think they have a pick into Aatrox. Last game they had Irelia. I'm sensing some champion pool issues from Morgan Freeman. So Morgan Freeman definitely has some champion pool issues. Lock in Aatrox. Let's see what FPX pick as a response. I think, when we look at some of these bans, we need to accept, especially me, I need to accept that I don't have some information that they do. I don't know about Gimgun, Kled, or Fiora, or Camille, as some of the picks that people have mentioned. I think Fiora is too tricky to pull off. Like, she has too many things need to go right for Fiora to work. And the general rhythm of the game right now is too fast for Fiora to keep up. Drake spawned too often, she doesn't get a lot of breathing room. Rift Herald spawns twice, and whenever there's team fights, Fiora is not that effective. She needs to snowball super hard in order to make something happen. So I think Aatrox is just a high quality champion because he enjoys those situations. Camille snowballs, like scales very good into the lane, but early loses against Aatrox, I think. So let's move on. Let's move on. I think it's jungle difference wins Camille Aatrox matchup. Fiora's last pick counter if they lock something like Camille Lee Sin, but then I would rather lock in Poppy. Misfortune pick this time instead of Varus. Not sure if it's like a preference thing into Aatrox specifically. Do you think Fnatic has a chance to win LEC? Yeah, they do, but everyone in the world has a chance to win LEC. Albeit it's small, but everyone does indeed have a chance. Very small chance. Fnatic has a decent chance. Smaller than G2, but definitely a decent chance. Nautilus MF rotation into the Aatrox. Stepped away from Varus Tam. Not sure why. Let's see. Wouldn't Trist be better into Aatrox if that's why they picked ADC first? Tristana sucks balls. Why would anyone ever play Tristana? Very often, I'm gonna pause it here. Very often people ask me, why don't people pick Tristana? She's so good at hitting turrets. The thing is, she doesn't get to hit turrets because she's too weak in lane. She has to have very specific champions in the lane in order to function. She needs to have an all-in support, she needs to play against an AD carry and a support that's relatively weak to all-ins, and that's it, and that's very rare nowadays. Like right now, if you play Tristana into MF Nautilus, you want to kill yourself. Tristana is not a strong laner unless she has perfect conditions, and in those perfect conditions even, the AD carries that people are all playing are still just better. It doesn't matter how hard Tristana hits turrets, Doesn't matter how hard Tristana hits turrets. It's the same now, they buffed melee champion damage on turrets. But the thing is, ranged champions usually have an easier time hitting turrets than melee champions anyway. So it's, in a lot of cases, completely irrelevant, because in a lot of cases, melee against ranged, you don't get to hit the enemy turret. How often do you see a melee champion hitting the turret of a ranged champion in lane? Let's say the matchup is set against Kalista. How often do you see a situation where the enemy allows you to hit the turret? Sure, if your jungler is better and you get to hit the turret, that matters. In situations where you get to hit the turret because enemy TP'd away, that matters. But the same thing applies to Tristana. Tristana, when she has situations where enemy team walks away or you have a better jungler, sure, she shines. She shines, that was weird to say. She shines because she can hit the turret. But naturally, in a lot of matchups, she can't hit the turret. The same thing for Fiora. Fiora has a lot of damage on turrets. People go, demolish, and you can Q turrets, and you can E turrets, auto attack resets, and the buffs, and blah 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 blah. But how often can she actually realistically hit turrets unless things have been impacted heavily? Yeah. So Tristana is not that great. Tristana is not that great, and even Tristana, picking Tristana against Aatrox specifically is kind of meh. So whatever. Okay. Pantheon pick. Pantheon flex. While Tristana mid on mid right now, it's okay. It's okay when you need AD damage. But I think Pantheon is better, for example. Why did FPX sign Khan? To just add a fantastic top laner to the roster. People are jumping way too fast to conclusions. We saw 1 week of play with Khan. 1 week of play. Rumble is quite decent into Pantheon as a pick. I like it. Is Yamato still doing low reads? I am planning to revive them, but they aren't getting a lot of views, so I'm not doing them that much. I like the Rumble lock-in, honestly. I don't mind it. Lee Sin, okay. Last time they banned Lee Sin instead of Kled, right? The first game. Lee Sin, a Tian special. The first 3 are very, very strong. FPX get to ban second wave here, and probably Kalista Varos should be the bans you go for. You could also consider banning Ezreal because this is going to be a very top side heavy game. Echo Pantheon is double flex, of course. It's but the thing is, Pantheon and Echo, they are good against the same type of champions. The key thing here is if you locked in Rumble there, Echo is actually a good matchup into what's it called? Like Echo is good into Rumble. Rookie has shown us that. Think that Echo pick deletes the flex. Well, Echo can be flex mid jungle too, right? So Echo can go jungle, Echo can go mid. Pantheon can go jungle, Pantheon can go mid. So they can still be chosen. I don't know how useful it is because they are good against the same champs. I usually here, if it wasn't Doomby, I would say, okay, you just lock in Azir and you coast. Especially if enemy picks Ezreal, right? You just need to survive on top side and you are going to automatically win through bottom. Because I can understand if you are scared of picking Rumble into Echo specifically. Echo would go mid and so forth. But here in this case, it's better to go Echo jungle. Like Echo jungle is better, Lee Sin jungle is shown, and you will have better damage mix on both mid and top because you have AD. Poppy is pretty cool here, a lot of dashes. Doesn't work against Ezreal, of course. Lee Sin is not a problem here. I don't think Lee Sin is a problem. Very surprised don't pick Azir. I should just go against my gut feeling. They are playing Poppy Azir. What the hell is going on? FPX is LCK team now. So here FPX similar position to last game. If they don't int and World Elite ends, the game is over in 5 minutes. And I think that's a fair statement to make. I think I'm gonna speed this up because I have a feeling we're gonna have a slow one. A very slow one. Dark Harvest Echo. Wow. That is bold. That is bold. Let's see if you can make it work. Don't be fighting for Prio early level. Plays Comet. I think that's okay. Full lane is strong. I like Dark Harvest Azir, honestly. No, not Dark Harvest. Halo Blade. Sorry. I read Dark of Harvest in the chat and then... Azir gets a ward on red as well. Azir already paying off, man. Has Prio against Pantheon and this matchup is very easy. Like, it's gonna be hard for Echo to find impact in mid because Lee Sin can always match. Like Lee Sin jungle is good against Echo, I think. I think Lee Sin jungle. I love Lee Sin jungle. I think Lee Sin jungle is OP. So if you have good Lee Sin player, like what's Gimgun doing to Morgan? He's destroying him. He's smacking him on the head. Jesus. Oh. Oh my goodness. The Azir Poppy team are diving, baby. Oh. FF this game. Holy shit. Game going is so insane, actually. Oh. That's a disaster. Oh. Like Morgan got saved by Sejuani many times last game, and Aatrox going even when enemy jungle is Sejuani and Zoe is still very impressive. Okay, Gimgun, this was a shit trade. Overconfident Gimgun. You fuck up your W, do it too late. But he has more serious. Poppy is catching a big wave, my friend. Poppy is catching a big wave and Poppy saved TP. So Ternislav, always pay attention to all the other metrics. There are other metrics that matter. Oh! Is there even a point in reviewing this game? This game is so fucking close unless Pantheon gets some serious action going here. Oh, he's just checking for Vision with the W. Oh, that's a TP from Pantheon. This might be the best option for World Elite here, to just force on this timer. MF and Nautilus was in base. It was bad of Lee Sin to even start. But regardless, I think World Elite had this timer here. Like, this should be a winning matchup for Aatrox. And it gets better with time. Definitely. I just think Aatrox should be way healthier than he was. Key thing for World Elite is to make sure the Pantheon has freedom to roam. That's the only way they make any action happen this game. And FPX still, even though they got those kills, their goal is to stabilize. World Elite will lose a lot on bottom here for this. I don't know if it's worth. And they are burning Pantheon ult for this? Not so sold, not so sold. Double cleanse for FPX is gonna give you so much freaking value too. Yeah, I'm not so sold on this Pantheon, this whole Rift Herald situation that World Elite forced. Because FPX made them lose a whole wave on bottom. Poppy didn't lose anything top, even though everyone was hovering into top. And yeah. I think FPX should consider rotating into mid here because this is just dangerous. They don't know the tempo of Leona and Echo. They need to retake. I think this was a mistake from FPX. They wasted time threatening dive. They needed to just walk into mid and then retake together with Azir. Yeah, the Aatrox matchup is starting to get better. Like at some point, Aatrox just begins to get more sustained from his kit and then just goes. Strange base time here for MF. Like MF wasted a lot of time running around. Imagine a world where MF is actually in position here, then maybe they even save a plate. What makes Echo jungle not very popular in competitive play? He's very kill reliant. Very kill reliant. Especially if you go Dark Harvest. Lul. Drake is on. I wouldn't feel any pressure for FPX to even force anything. Poppy's in position though, he gave up top. Aatrox has TP, so I don't know. Like maybe even giving up a Drake is just the best course of action. Like you scale so much better than the enemy team that you honestly don't need to give a shit. So maybe you're just giving the enemy team an opportunity here. Ezreal is relatively low mana though. I should slow down. I should definitely slow down. Let's go back. Ezreal low mana. And then Echo is kind of screwed in the pit. Echo has no R. Like, what happened? How Echo no R? Like, when did Leona ult? Echo R? Okay, so we had the first E, Echo R. Echo R, Ezreal R, Leona R used for absolutely nothing but Crisp's ult, Nautilus ult. Echo's in the pit and he's low HP. Morgan fucks up his first Q. They don't see Pantheon ult before. Doinby screws that up big time. Oof. Doinby with the big oof. 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 Ay, look at Nautilus and Nazir. Then Leona gets W'd by Poppy. That's pretty neat. And then, oi, Game Goon Poppy, man. Look at Game Goon Poppy. First, the W on Leona to save Tian from danger. And then, boom, the Pantheon into the wall because the Pantheon is a bit... He's playing like an alcoholic here. I don't know where he's going. Where is Pantheon going? He's eating the wall. Then he gets smacked on the head. 1 for 0. What a flash. Okay. Honestly, game is just lost. How hard did Poppy smurf this fight? And then Echo, it started with Echo just... I don't even know if they have the opportunity to win this fight because Poppy actually finished Sunfire Cape. Poppy is legit unkillable here. It's unkillable, the Poppy, man. Okay. Let's fast forward a little bit. Okay, this is definitely a good game to fast forward. Oh my goodness. Holy. Nothing's happening. Let's go to 5th Drake. I mean 4th Drake. That's what it will... we'll have a climax. Okay, let's compare the game state now. Nash's Tooth. The beginning of a Banshee for Doinby. Not sure why. I don't know what he's buying. Doesn't have to be Banshee. Maybe he goes Leandri's or something. I would go Leandri. Honestly, Spellpen is not too bad here as either. You're solo AP, and enemy is not going to buy Mercury against your team. So here, honestly, it's pretty decent to go double penetration item for Azir. Leona has Gargle Stoneplate. This is not the best engage for FPX. LWX with the Captain Jack cleanse, but I think the Leona actually didn't hit him. So maybe he didn't need to cleanse. So this engage on Leona actually worked because I was not paying attention to Aatrox and Echo position. So Aatrox is moving in now. It's just so weird. Like Aatrox is not TPing, there's no force. Like what's the plan here? Leona's just getting hit for free and is just trying to Q people, but it doesn't do enough damage. Captain Jack was an AD carry. He played for CJ. And he did like frame perfect cleanse. Look at this. Look at this. This is season 3. Look at Captain Jack.
Captain Jack trying to go after everybody, getting so low.
A perfect cleanse from Captain Jack right as the gold card hit. So absolutely important. And look at this too. Ryu, look at this cleanse. Beautiful. Whoa.
Wow. Even slow motion, that was just a split second.
Swanger.
Well,
Now he's
Let's go back to that Drake situation. So the Leona died. Leona died. Leona got killed. Black Cleaver, Lee Song. Yeah, it's so hard to find access. Like Poppy W just denies any potential of one-shotting Misfortune, one-shotting Azir. That's what you need to do with Pantheon, Echo, Aatrox, is you have to hope that you one-shot Azir or Morgana. I mean, Azir or Misfortune, but you just can't. You just can't if Poppy has brain. Let's fast forward. Let's go to the Nash situation. Where is the Nash situation? We don't have a Nash situation. Ezreal gets caught or what? Oh, Ezreal. Ezreal, how is it that you, out of all people, get caught? Where was he? Ezreal's on the wrong side. Ezreal greed for a pink, but Crisp. Holy, look at Crisp Q. He predicts. Predict. Oh. To be fair, Zhu Meng is fucking trolling. He's fucking clearing a pink here. And then Crisp predicts the E. It's fucking beautiful. Crisp, big smurf. Oh, Doimby, what the fuck? Doimby. That's why Doimby don't play Azir. Yeah, this was very disappointing from World Elite. I was hoping for more, honestly. I was hoping for more. Okay. Yeah. That's it. That's it for that game. I think top difference. Like Poppy just won the matchup outright. Azir last pick was super good into that team. Poppy was a strong pick too. Just rotating. Like first 3 was Pantheon, Aatrox, Echo. That's kind of like, that's like pretty awkward, I think. Poppy was so good into all and yeah. I'm using a Rode NT USB. Do you think FPX should stick with Gimgoon even if Khan is available? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Get asked this every time FPX is playing. FPX have honestly played quite decently the last 2 games they played, barring they played against weaker opposition. Like they lost a series against IG and they lost a series against E-Star. 2 of the best teams in the whole region with Khan. And people are jumping to conclusions of that. Like people need to give Khan a break because Khan honestly played good that series. And I think the issue in that series was Crisp and Tian and LWX playing very, very bad. Like they lost against E-Star. Where's the Leaguepedia? Right now, look at E-Star's position, guys. E-Star is really good. Really strong. They lost to E-Star and IG. Fun plus Phoenix. And they are 3-2. I think that's okay. You know, that's okay. All in all, that's it for that review. Let's continue on to the next one.